Hi, my name is Maryah Greene, and I am the plant doctor and consultant here in New York City. Today we're talking about the right plants for your space. So we're talking about the aesthetic of your space, the amount of light that you have, and just all around care for the plants that'll work for you. People tend to explore one of two categories when they're outfitting their space. The first, and the most common, is trying to hide anything that might not be appealing to the eye. That's baseboards, outlets, or anything else that you can live without. The other category is outfitting your home with plants to liven it up and bring out all those parts of your interior that you absolutely love. That includes really high ceilings, bright windows, or just complementing the furniture with a pop of green. Now, it's really easy to fall into the trap of creating an unintentional indoor jungle. We all love plants, but we all really want a style that complements our space. So adding a ton to your home is great, but you want to make sure that you can handle the care that comes with all of those plants. So here are a few tips to control the evolution of your dream oasis. You want to make sure that you have a pot for every single plant that you bring home. If not, you're constantly playing the game of catch-up, trying to figure out what size you need and making sure that each of them has a home. Another really important and crucial tip is knowing where you're going to put the plant. Once you pick out a plant in the store, what informs where it's going is how much light and care that it needs. Think of lighting as a spectrum in the sense that there's bright, indirect light or direct light, which is the most intense. And then you can make your way down to medium indirect light, and then at the very end is low light. Pretty often, people get confused with low light and no light, and keep in mind that the two are not the same, and just about every plant wants a tiny bit of light. Lighting is also impacted by obstructions, especially if you live in a city like New York. So if you have a window that is facing a brick wall, or there's just a ton of buildings around you, you're likely receiving indirect light. Lighting has everything to do with the direction that your windows are facing. If your windows are facing north, you're getting the least amount of light. If you're south facing, you'll be getting direct light for most of the day, as long as nothing's blocking your windows. Now, if you're east facing or west facing, you'll be getting direct light either in the morning or in the evening, because we know that the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. If you're someone who's really excited to dive into the world of plants, you'll want to find a plant that needs a lot more love more often. Something that might need misting on occasion or watering every couple of days. Now, if you're someone who travels a lot or just isn't too confident about getting started, low maintenance plants are going to be the ones for you. Something I'm telling my clients all the time is that the right plant for you might not actually be based on the sticker that you see in the plant shop. There's a lot more digging that goes into picking the right plant specifically for your space, so let's dive into that. When you're going plant shopping, the shop owner or the nursery owners are your friends. They're the most knowledgeable on the plants that they're selling, so you can lean on them when you're trying to decide if that plant works for your aesthetic, your space, or even the lighting in particular. And one of the best things you can do is do your own research in advance. You can always whip out your phone and look up the name of the plant and get some more details to see if it's the one for you. Some plants are extremely toxic to both kids and pets, so you'll want to make sure to have these completely out of reach from them. Some of the most common ones include monsteras, birds of paradise, or dieffenbachias. There are a couple options of plants that are safe for both kids and pets. Some of my favorites include peperomias, bird's nest ferns, and rattlesnake calatheas. My favorite tip to pass on to my clients is keep in mind that plants grow, so start smaller than you think. Over time, as they get into bigger pots, they'll start to get taller, so just make sure you have the space to accommodate that new growth.